What is up, you guys? Back here with another video, and I want to get my reaction to Curtis Blaydes taking on Chris Daukaus in the main event at UFC Fight Night this past weekend. And yeah, it was actually pretty different than what I thought it was gonna go, and I think a lot of people was probably shocked for the way the fight went. And yeah, man, it was a good night of fights. And yeah, guys, you guys know what's up. Make sure to please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's dive right into it. So, like I said, main event, Curtis Blaydes taking on Chris Daukaus. Both guys, if I'm not mistaken, coming off a loss in their last fights. But you know, everybody knows the game plan of Curtis Blaydes. Most of the time, 99% of the time, he's going for his takedowns, getting those takedowns, and beating people up with his wrestling and ground and pound and a submission if it's there. Chris Daukaus has really good boxing, like I mentioned before. You know, his boxing is pretty good. You know, jiu-jitsu wise, I mean, groundwork is okay, but his boxing was pretty good. And the fight it didn't go exactly how I thought it was gonna go. I thought Blaydes was gonna definitely go to his wrestling, and dominate in that way. So the fight starts, and Chris Daukaus, I can tell from the fight starting, he looked a little off. I mean, his hands was great. Technique-wise, it was there in the beginning at first. You know, really good feints from Blaydes in this fight. I like the fakes that he was throwing against Chris. Really, you know, and I felt like for Chris, even in that first round, like, not hesitant because he did throw his hands, but I just felt like he you know, he looked like he was still trying to worry about the takedowns possibly coming from Curtis Blaydes throughout the fight as it lasted. Blaydes looked really good tonight with his hands. I feel like he really improved when it comes to his hands, you know, because everybody always criticizes him for his wrestling, but you know, because sometimes it could get boring. But I feel like in this fight, you know, he proved himself. He proved that he's been working on his hands lately. And besides, I think he stood with Chris Daukaus. Not that Chris Daukaus doesn't have knockout power, because he obviously does. Almost anybody in the heavyweight division does. But I just feel like, you know, not big punching power like you would say like Derek Lewis and a Francis Ngannou. Those type of guys will just have freakish powers. You know, so he's going to resort into his wrestling, you know, to zap some of that power away from those big guys like that. But, you know, Chris, you know, I feel like after a while, I feel like he was just trying too hard with his hands a little bit. You know, they got into this exchange in the beginning. Blaydes ended up landing this beautiful straight right, and it kind of buckled Daukaus a little bit, and it you know, kind of sat down a little bit. It didn't knock him down, but it was a hard shot, and you can tell, you hear it. And you know, from there, a little back and forth. Daukaus just swinging big and wild. A lot of hooks from Daukaus in this fight. I feel like if maybe he threw a little more shredded punches, probably would have landed. That's pretty much how round one went. You know, a lot of striking from both guys. Blaydes looked, again, his jab was on point. You know, good head movement, good fakes. I love the fakes that he was throwing. Round two starts, and yeah, it was pretty much over really quickly. You know, they get into an exchange again, but this time Blaydes having the better advantage over that. And I just feel like, because also, again, like I mentioned before, Daukaus, I feel like he's throwing too many hooks, too many wild shots. Not wild, but too many wild when it comes to, like, you know, it's not straight shots. And I feel like that was his downfall today. Because both guys got the head out the center line. The only thing, Blaydes, his shot was a lot more shredded than Daukaus was. Daukaus threw, you know, it landed on Blaydes, but Blaydes just landed a beautiful straight right, moving his head out the center, just slightly out of the way. You know, still had the other hand out blocking, came with the straight, and it was a downward punch too. Those punches, you know, the power it generated from that, just a downward force coming down on your chin like that. You know, cut him flush, rocked him, sounded like a freaking bomb going off almost. And yeah, man, that fight was, you know, good win for Curtis Blaydes. I can't wait to see what's next for him and what the UFC has planned for him next. You know, like I said, I feel like, again, some people, you know, thought it was going to be a snooze fest because of the wrestling. But you know, this time around he decided to showcase his boxing, and it looked great tonight. And I hope he mixes it in a little bit more with his wrestling. That's just gonna make him an even better fighter than what he already is. And yeah, man. Before I get going here, though, I also want to talk about Matt Brown versus Brian Barberena. Matt Brown, a stud, been in the game forever. Brian Barberena, really good fighter. That fight was awesome, man. That fight could have went either way, you know. But I think for Brian, I think what helped him get the victory was towards the way that the ending of the third round went, and I think that's what really helped him get the victory over Matt Brown. Because I feel like the first round was definitely his. Round two, Matt Brown really came back and rocked Barberena really bad. Third round, it was both going crazy, fighting each other. So it was a really good fight, close fight. But I think just the way Matt Brown looked towards the ending of the third really got the victory for Brian Barberena. Again, you guys let me know down in the comment section what do you guys think. Guys, if you like the video, guys, make sure to please hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.